Hey guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cool Peekaboo Motherhood is a Walk in the Park tumbler. Go ahead and do me a huge favor before I start and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Alright, so the first thing I did was get a 20-ounce tumbler. This is from Maker Flow Crafts, and I'll make sure to put their link in the description. And I base painted it purple. And the glitter I'm going to be using is called Supernova from the Glitter Guy. It's a color shifting between, I can't tell if it's really like a purple or a really, really deep blue and a green. It's gorgeous. And you need your Mod Podge and your brush. I use paper towel holders and pool noodles to hold my cups with. Put a really good coat of Mod Podge on your cup. You could also do this the epoxy method, but after doing this for so long, you just kind of get your own idea of how you like to do things. Some people like epoxy method, some people like Mod Podge method, some people even use spray adhesive. I have not tried that, but I would like to. It's really just up to you. Set this over here. I have not opened this yet. Brand new. I went through an entire 2 ounces of this glitter making these same exact cups, and everybody loves this color so much I had to order more. So just coat your entire tumbler with this glitter, or whatever glitter you are using. Make sure you have something underneath of you to catch glitter that did not land on the cup, so you can put it back in your jar or your shaker and reuse it. Make sure you get the bottom really well. Tap off any excess glitter, and that is, I love that. I love any color shifting glitter. But since this is a chunky mix, you want to go over with your finger and just very, very gently push down the chunky glitter flat against the cup. Because if you don't, and you just seal this and go straight to epoxy, it's going to be really, really sharp, and you're going to have to do more layers of epoxy than necessary to make everything smooth, because you don't want to go on to the next step of this after epoxy until your cup is completely 100% smooth. And the reason why I base painted the cup purple instead of white is because if I have a blank space or a bald spot in this glitter, you really would have to look very, 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 very hard to find it. When I first did these cups, the first 2 or 3 of them, I was base painting them white, and I was doing like 2, sometimes 3 coats of glitter. So not only was I wasting a lot of time, I was wasting a lot of glitter. So this is what I have for the first step. I'm going to let that Mod Podge dry, and I'm going to seal this with some clear Rust-Oleum spray. And then when the sealant dries, I'm going to put epoxy on it and come back tomorrow and do the next step. So it's been a couple days. I decided to put 2 coats of epoxy on here just to make sure everything is super smooth. Kind of gets tricky when you work with chunky glitter. So I put 2 coats on. I got this SVG on Etsy. It's just like the Jurassic Park logo, and it says Motherhood is a Walk in the Park. I went on Google and I found some scratch images and downloaded those. And this customer has 3 kids, so she wanted 3 scratch marks and she wants one of them to look girly. So I welded on a little bow to one of them. And then at the bottom I'll normally put like hashtag mom life, girl mom, boy mom, mom of both, whatever. This customer wanted hashtag both mom. So that's what she's getting. And you can put these decals on however you want. This is just the way I do them. And I lost a letter. I just pulled a letter off. How did that happen? So I'm gonna put that back on. Blooper. Alright, so now I'm gonna put these on. Like I said, you could do it however you want. This is just how I do it. Also, use a collar of vinyl that you don't care to waste, that you have an excessive amount of, because even though we are putting all of this vinyl on, we are going to take it off. If you've never done a peekaboo cut before, you're probably like, what the heck? But you will see how it works. So I'm just trying to find the absolute smoothest part of the cup to put the decal on. And the way I like to try to get my decals super straight, I'll set my cup on the table instead of on my lap, and I'll just get down on eye level to it. And this is how I put my decals on to get them straight. I used to just set them down in my lap, and they always turned out a little bit crooked. So I figured this would work a little better. Be really careful when you're taking your transfer tape off. Make sure there's no letters sticking, nothing like that. Now I'm gonna put the hashtag both mom underneath of the main decal. I'm gonna need a new piece of transfer tape soon. And this one, I kind of angle it so it doesn't have to be totally straight. And now for the scratch marks, I'm just going to put them randomly to fill in some dead space in the cup. I'm going to put one here. I need a new piece of transfer tape. This one's not super sticky anymore. We'll put this one here. Alright, so before our next step, go down through every decal that you put on and just reassure that it's on there really good. There's no spots sticking up, no bubbles in it. Make sure you got all your letters. So now we are going to take, for this particular cup, you can use whatever color you want, but I'm going to take some purple spray paint and I'm going to, with the decals on, I'm going to completely cover the entire cup with purple. Now that this is painted completely purple and it's dry, now we're going to go back over it and paint it white. And the reasoning for that is because whenever we take acetone to this, the cup itself will be white, and you know, you're going to acetone, you're going to see the glitter that we did before, and then you're going to have just a shadow of this purple around where you take your acetone. So it's going to be really pretty. So now I'm going to go paint this white. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do, since I painted this white, you can see the decals, we're going to peel all of those off. And I suggest using your little pick tool, or you can use the blade of an X-Acto knife. This is just very time consuming, and it's a lot easier if you use a little pick. Really, if you go at it kind of slow, it's easier to get everything off without having to do multiple different little picks at one area. So you can see as I pull off this vinyl, you can see the glitter that we did a few days ago. And these cups are gorgeous whenever they're finished. They're just very, very time consuming and very, very messy when we get to the acetone part. I suggest wearing gloves. And this is the hardest part right here. Not really hard, just the most tedious, because you know you're getting all these little dinosaur scales off and the teeth, and you're trying not to chip any of the paint that you want to stay white. I also think what takes the longest is that the vinyl sticks to you. But you definitely want to make sure that your cup is completely cured, not the slightest bit sticky, because if it's still sticky, even the tiniest little bit, when you put vinyl on the cup and then try to peel it off, it's going to peel your epoxy with it. I've learned that the hard way. I tried to do this a little too early one time and completely ruined the entire cup. So that's where we're at so far. Once you get the main logo here off, all the little letters and all the little details, it goes a lot quicker. But getting this first little bit is definitely a pain in the butt. This right here was always the worst part for me. I think these are supposed to be like bushes or something down at the bottom. It's a pain in the butt. When I first started doing these, I would always use my fingernail, what little fingernails I have, because I chew the crap out of them. And it took forever. And then one day I thought, you know what? It'd probably be a lot easier if I used something like my little pick. And lo and behold, it's so much easier. Once I get the word motherhood off, I will show you what it all looks like, and then I will cut the video, take the rest of it off, and then show you the next step. So if you, for whatever reason, don't have a little pick tool, which you definitely should if you work with Cricut vinyl, you can use an X-Acto knife, something with a pointy, sharp edge to it to help you get this vinyl off. Almost done here. All right, so that's what we got so far. So I'm going to get the rest of this off all through here, and then I will come back and show you the next step. So after taking off all of the vinyl, that's what we got. And so what you're going to need for this next step, you're going to need a bunch of cotton balls or a washcloth, a rag, whatever. You'll need some pure acetone. I get mine from Amazon. And you'll need 91% rubbing alcohol. It has to be 91% to work. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with the acetone and your cotton ball or whatever you're using. And just go in some random places and start rubbing that white paint off. I like to go all the way around the top and the bottom rim. That's just me. And you're going to go through a lot of cotton balls with this because the paint comes off and it'll start smearing. So you're going to go through a lot of cotton balls. But really no rhyme or reason to this, just go wherever you want to go with it. I pretty much do just about the same pattern with every cup, just because I found something that I like, and it seems like all of my customers like it too, so I just keep doing the same thing. You're just wanting to kind of mess it up a little bit. Go wherever you want to go with it. This one's going to be a little bit different because there's so many claw marks on it, so it's going to look a little different than the other cups that I do. That looks like it's going to be enough. So now how it looks pretty cloudy, I'm just going to go in with a clean cotton ball with some acetone and clean that up a little bit here. Try not to do too much because I don't want to smear that purple. See how the purple's starting to show through? That is what the 91% alcohol is going to do too. It's going to kind of clean it up a little bit to where it's not so smudgy looking. I'm trying my hardest to stay on camera so you can see exactly what I'm doing. This is why I said these cups are time consuming, but totally worth it because they turn out beautiful. When you're cleaning up the inside like this, you don't really want to rub like you did in the beginning. You just want to do your strokes in one direction so you're not creating any more smudge. And this is going to make your cup feel really sticky. Where it once felt fully cured, it's going to feel sticky because of this acetone. That's fine because you're going to be putting more epoxy over it. So when that cures, it will not feel sticky anymore. Did I get everything? No. I missed a spot. There we go. Alright, so now we're done with the acetone. Come in with your okay, so this is where the rubbing alcohol will come in. You take your cotton ball or whatever you're working with, put some on there, and this rubbing alcohol, if you do it very, very gently, this is going to clean up those smudges without taking off more white paint. So your white is going to look a little cleaner. I don't even put any pressure on. I just very, very gently rub away some of that purple paint. And you might still get some spots that look kind of dark because the paint is trying to come off. Because 91% alcohol is very, very strong. But it'll clean it up a little bit still, so it's okay. And something that some of my customers ask for, I take some light purple paint. It's very, very, very similar to this, and I will do like a light paint splatter around the cup. I like to do that. I think it's really cute. So see, that's cleaning up the smudges and not taking off white paint to cause more of this effect here. You don't want to take off too much because you do want it to show, but it looks better than leaving it like that. My opinion, just my opinion. Some of it will come off super easy, and some of it will not. I feel like the smoother your surface is, like right there were some bumps where the glitter wasn't, or where the epoxy wasn't super smooth over that glitter. And it showed a little bit. But this does help. And anything below 91% alcohol is not going to be effective. It's not going to take anything off. And some people say they like to use a washcloth or whatever instead of the cotton swabs because they get like little fuzzy stuck on their cup. I've never had that problem. I don't know if maybe it's just like the brand of cotton swabs they're using. I don't know. My cotton swabs are super cheap, or cotton balls are super cheap from Amazon, so I don't know. I like to use the cotton balls so I can just throw them away. Okay, I think that looks good. So that is your Jurassic Park Motherhood is a Walk in the Park Peekaboo cup. This is the end result of that. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks guys, bye.